Sorry, guys. Um, 2 minutes late. It was hectic this morning. Real hectic. Went to Costco at 9:30. Well, actually, I got there at 9 o'clock, and oh my gosh, the line was long. And it's hectic. So we're preparing for the end of the world. Sure. But in any event, this is the Louis Centeno Show. Thank you for joining me. In a few minutes, we're gonna have the winner of the ZACK SNYDER contest, um, Victor Koo. He's gonna be joining us in about 10 minutes, and I'm looking forward to speaking with him. I'm gonna ask, we're gonna get to know him, and so forth. But let's. A lot of things has happened from the last time I had my broadcast. Obvious, all jokes aside, we definitely uh, have our thoughts and prayers. You know what's going on nationwide. Um, like I told my friends and my family is just don't live in fear. Just keep on. Um, with your daily life. And it's a shame that we see a lot of cancellations. The NBA suspended the season, the NHL, now baseball suspended it. So the NCAA tournament was canceled. So um, and now we're going to see the ripples effect on also in the cinema. Mm, I know there were a few delays. I know the new James Bond movie was pushed back. So there's a lot going on right now. So hopefully this broadcast would take your minds off a lot of things right now. You know what's going on. But what I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually gonna tweet now that I'm live. Um, you guys hear in the background. So what I'm gonna have later on too, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna have some lamb chops, some salad, some mashed potatoes, some corn. I'm looking forward to it. So a lot has happened. There's nothing new that I could tell you guys regarding regarding Zack Snyder's Justice League. The only thing that I will say, and I tweeted this out, if the plan is for Warner Brothers to release Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max, then Zack cannot make his official announcement because there is no official launch date for HBO Max. That's if that HBO Max is where Warner Brothers does decide to release Zack's cut. So I'm telling people, just if that's the case, then we have to wait to see when the HBO Max is launched. Now, since last year, we have always heard that HBO Max is going to be launched sometime late spring, early summer. May 20th is the date that I heard. Now, that doesn't mean there's going to be that day. But the only question is that if there's no content, then how are they going to open up or release or launch HBO Max? If they want the public to buy and subscribe to HBO Max, it needs content. We'll see, guys. We'll see. But it's sunny here in Florida. It's about going to be 86 degrees today, so it's a beautiful weather. So after my show, I'm gonna start preparing for the dinner, do some barbecue, and just go on with your daily life, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm going on with my daily life. I'm not gonna live in fear. I'm not gonna turn off the news because everything on the news they're gonna put is all negative, and I just don't have time for negativity. So I see one person. I'm buying time because usually I have more than one person. Usually I have about 20, 25 people joining the chat. The most I had was about 50. And as I build up my portfolio, my subscribers, more people to come get to come in. But today we're gonna have I'm gonna send them an email now. I'm gonna send them an invite. I should wear my glasses. Hey, Gmail. Let's see, Mighty P E G A S U S. Is that dot? P I A N T A R T gmail.com. Long email, brother. Whew. Hopefully, let me know if you got it. Hopefully, I send it correctly. Should have worn my glasses, but I think I sent it. Let me know who's in the chat. Say hello. Who's ever watching? Okay, he's there. Okay, in the background. Here he goes. Hey, Victor. Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Or good afternoon for you.
Quick question: Are you Chris One brother, man?
No, no, I'm not. No.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, same here. I'm very happy to meet you.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to meet you too, man. So tell me a little bit about yourself. You live in Minneapolis?
Oh, St. Paul, Minnesota.
St. Paul, Minnesota. Are you a big Vikings fan?
A Vikings fan?
Yeah.
Actually, I actually am not a big fan of football. Actually.
Oh,
yeah,
you're not. You do.
Yeah,
So
I don't watch
any sports?
football. No.
No sports.
No, I play ping pong. It's my favorite sport. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, so how long are you a fan of DC? Are you a fan of Marvel? I mean, what do you like about comics?
Yeah, I'm a fan of everything. I'm a big fan of DC and Marvel. Mainly I'm a big fan of anime and manga. That's what got me started, as an artist. But yeah, I've always been a little bit more of a DC fan. I've always liked Superman more and Batman. That universe. To me,
I'm
they've
a
all
Superman
been
guy.
yeah, like I like the heroes in DC because they've always been like these godly figures. All of them they're so like powerful. And Marvel characters are very powerful too. But I've always been more drawn to DC. But I like everything. I like yeah.
Okay, I personally like Superman. He's my favorite character. I shared it with Chris when he came on my show last year.
Right.
The reason I like Superman, it's I'm a religious guy. So Superman is a Christ-like. If you look at the story of Jesus and Superman, if you look at his teaching, his father sent him to the world to die for the world. Well, same thing with Superman. Joel sent his friend, his son. So there's a lot of stuff going there. So what do you think of Man of Steel? Did you enjoy Man of Steel?
Yeah, Man of Steel is my favorite movie. Yeah, all the Zack Snyder movie. Man of Steel has always been my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, with Man of Steel, it took me. I had to watch it for 2 or 3 times because it was
Right.
deep. Because when
Hmm.
I first watched it, my first reaction was, "This is different."
Hmm.
I didn't know what to think. And then when
Right.
I watched it again for the second time and then the third time, I understood what Zach see, because with Zach movie, he makes deep movies, so you
Hmm.
have to think. Uh,
Right.
and I thought the more I watch it, the more I appreciate it. The same thing with the Batman versus Superman. I that to me that is the best comic book movie. I mean, that and
Right.
The Dark Knight
Yes.
are the two best that I've ever seen.
Right.
Did you what when you first watched Batman versus Superman? Um, I'm just curious to know what
Right.
went through your mind when you was watching that.
I was crazy about it. I went to watch it with my family,
Hmm.
and I loved it. Like I remember, like my family members, well, besides me and my wife, we really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
But my brother and his wife and my other friends that came along, they didn't really like it so much. They kind of came out and I could
Why?
see, I guess it was too because it was too serious, I guess, for them, because it was a deep movie, like you said, and I could see, like they told me that they like it because they knew I was a fan, but I knew they didn't really like it much. So it had that weird vibe after the movie. They were like, yeah, it was all right. It was good. It was good. And but I really loved it.
It was
I
too
was crazy
serious
about
for
it.
them. Yeah,
It was a little too
I
serious. I think it was too dark. A little too serious for them, and um, I guess they didn't really get what the movie was going for the first time they watched it. I guess. I don't know if they rewatched it afterward. I know I rewatched it many times.
did you see the
So
Ultimate Edition?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I watched the Ultimate Edition so many times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that I go to. So
Right.
maybe they watched because I've some of my friends when they did watch the Ultimate Edition,
Mhm.
uh, they did like it better, and to them
Right.
it feels some of the plot hole. But as far as
Yeah.
the other people that have said that it was, because you're not the only one. I heard that. I heard that myself. It was too serious. It wasn't fun.
Mhm.
And I'm like saying to myself, I said, wait a minute. If you want to watch a funny movie, just go watch
Mhm.
Marvel.
Mhm.
You know, it's and dark. When you have a Batman movie, it has to be dark. Batman
Right.
is not supposed to be light hearted.
Right.
He's supposed to be dark.
Mhm.
And I think Zach did a tremendous job because he had to blend in Superman, a character who brings hope,
Right.
who's supposed to be uplifting.
Mhm.
Then you have this Batman character who's totally the opposite, dark and greedy and just
Right.
meaning and
Yeah.
intimidate, fear. I mean the
Right.
symbol. So he had to put that in one movie, and I just love it.
Right.
I know every scene, every line. I could quote you. I
Right.
could quote you for example. Okay, I'm gonna let me see. Let me see if I could test Victor. Okay. What was the ship that Bruce Wayne? What was the name of the ship that Bruce Wayne was investigating?
Oh, it was the now that you ask me, it's like blank in my head. The jeez, now I'm forgetting it.
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah,
it wasn't the Russian. It was something else.
yeah. You're
It
close.
was
You're
yeah.
close. Yeah,
What's it
because
called? It was
that's
man.
what he thought.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Portuguese.
Yeah, the Portuguese. Yes, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah. So
Portuguese. I
I
was like,
know.
I don't know why I thought about the Russian. I was like, it wasn't the Russian. I was like, what is it?
No, but that's what
It was right.
this guy now see now you drawing me a blank.
Yeah,
Uh, oh gosh, the butler. Oh my gosh. So now I'm drawing a blank now.
yeah. Alfred.
Alfred, yeah, Alfred.
We're all getting
He's the
blank.
one that thought it was Russian. So I know I
Right.
pretty much know every line from that. I know. I mean,
Nice.
there's some classic. Obviously, the most iconic one is "Do You Bleed?"
Mhm.
That's the most iconic. So have you seen Justice League? Have you seen? Oh,
Right.
excuse me, Justice League. Have you seen
Yes.
that?
Yes, I have seen that. Sorry. So what happened with the Justice League is I had a ticket reserved for the premiere,
Yeah.
and then I watched it again 3 days later when it came out with my family again and my friends.
Hmm.
So I was very I really try hard to like it. I remember my first thought after the movie. I was like, it was good. It was good. I liked it. And my wife was like, yeah, it was all right. And I kept telling to myself like, no, it was good. I liked it. And I was trying really hard. But I knew there was something that was bothering me. And
Hmm.
the second time I watched it with my friend, I didn't have the same feeling. Uh, the only time the second time I watched it, I really liked that one part of the movie when the Justice League fight Superman, and I had the same feeling at that when I rewatched it the second time. So I know that scene was like my favorite, but it was just so weird. It was different.
Yeah. Now, interesting question. The
Mhm.
people that said that Batman versus Superman was dark, your friends,
Right?
did they like Justice League?
They actually did. Yeah, yeah. They did. They did. We the second time we watched it, I went to watch it with my family, right? So they came out. They're like, "Hey, that's good. It was funny." They liked it. They enjoyed it, and I remember talking about it on a Chris show also. And some people just like lighter movie. But it's there's certain things like you mentioned earlier. Batman is not supposed to be like that light. It can have some light moment, but he's not supposed to have those very like
No.
smiley moment like that's super ridiculous to me. And it just wasn't put right. It shouldn't have been there. Those little scenes, with Batman where he's smiling. That you know what I'm talking about, and
Yeah.
that really bothered me. But at the same time, again, I
Yeah.
was really
Something's definitely
yeah,
bleeding. All right.
right. So I was really trying to like that movie, but I understand why my friends liked it, and it's the whole thing with like social media and how people are all about the mainstream. So if something is like working well for one thing, they're expecting everything to do the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now tell me, because this is, and I've been thinking about this because
Right.
I've looked at your poster,
Right.
and the reason I think Zach picked your poster because it describes the vision that he wanted,
Mhm.
and it amazes me because you saw Justice League, but
Mhm.
yet you were able to put into that poster a lot of what I believe that you think that that Zach wanted to put
Right.
in his movie. So what was your thought process? What was going through your mind when you was doing that poster?
Yeah, you're exactly right. When it comes to the Justice League, when I was drawing that poster, I really wanted to just capture what I believe was Zack Snyder's, scene. Uh, like there's this one scene with the Amazon. I think it's that one scene with the Amazon. I think it's amazing.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Zack shot that. And we saw the previs, also in the CGI of the story. So I'm pretty sure he shot that.
Hmm.
And that one scene where the Amazon hold that the the door falling down because they're trying
Right,
to close Steppenwolf. That I
right.
know right there was like a Zack Snyder scene. So I incorporated that scene in my art as well as other like the gods, Ares and Zeus and Artemis. I
Hmm.
put that in there because I know it was part of a his movie. So yeah, I definitely picked the scenes right, the characters uh, right for that. And I just wanted to represent just what Zach had intended to put in his movie. Yeah.
Okay. And your what was going through your mind when you were doing Dark Side? Because
Mhm.
that that Dark Side, man, it's I mean, it's pretty accurate, man. I'm impressed now. I gotta be honest, because I'm not going to I actually I thought another poster was gonna win, to be honest with you,
Yeah, yeah,
but then I had yours second, and then when Zach picked yours, I started looking at it. I'm like, why did Zach pick Victor? So, and I started comparing more, and I'm like, ah. And I think the reason that he picked yours is because you were very, very detailed. You were detailed. You were precise. It's like Zach was saying. Victor is directing his own Justice League and within the universe,
right.
and that's hard to do, bro.
um, I honestly don't know what that Zach thought about when he picked me, but I actually was hoping that the third poster was gonna win. I really liked that one, and I was actually rooting for that. I didn't expect to win, to be honest.
I think
Right,
so. The third one, the
the
one
one
you
that had the Superman's in the middle, and you had that yellow,
yes,
thing
that's
going.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know what? Thinking about it, although that's a great poster, although
right.
that's a great poster, I think Zach wants, and I'm just going by how he is, how he directs his movies.
Hmm.
He is so intellectual.
Hmm.
He is so deep
Hmm.
that although he said he liked all four posters, and the
Right,
more I think about it, your was more you put, not that all the others didn't, but
right.
you added more stuff. You were more detailed, and I think that it really impressed Zach. And then as I look at it, I'm like, wow, Victor, man, it's like your mind was traveling. I mean, it's like, so I want to go deep, deep into that. I mean, so
Right.
when you were making that post, I would imagine that you're watching the movie in your mind, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so how do you envision Zack Snyder Justice League being
Right.
similar to your poster?
Um, it's a very interesting question because when I was drawing it, my thought process was really just focusing on the character itself. So I didn't really, to be honest, I didn't think much about how Zack Snyder would envision my art, or because I started this like last year in July. The project took me 7 months to complete. So at the time, the poster contest wasn't announced.
Right.
So I was thinking totally something different. I was just focusing on the, on each movie section, and I just on that one character. And I did exactly like you said too. I was watching the movie as I was drawing them to get into in the whole feel. So that I can get the characters right. Catch the emotion. And the detail. So, but um, my thought process was very very simple. Actually, it wasn't that deep. I just wanted to put the characters there, and I figure does it
Well,
look
Zach thought it was
like
deep.
right,
Zach
right,
thought it deep because
right.
what the more I look at your poster, what's going this is what's going through my mind. The more I watch
Uh-huh.
your poster, so this is just me thinking out loud. So we have Zack Snyder Justice League.
Right.
So if there was Zack Snyder Justice League 2
Mhm,
or 3,
mhm,
and Darkseid is the main villain,
mhm,
which is he brainwashed Superman.
mhm.
Then you're gonna need the Suicide Squad.
Right.
Then you're gonna need every
Right.
character in the DCEU that you put in that poster has to
Right.
show up in Justice League 2 or 3.
Right.
I mean, I know you wasn't thinking about that, but
Yeah.
people like myself, we think about that.
Right.
Um, so have you heard from Zach?
No, not yet. Like I'm still waiting patiently,
Mhm.
and I promise will let everyone know as soon as I get something, and as much as I can, as I'm allowed to say. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Trust me,
Right.
you're gonna sign an NDA. That's for sure.
Right.
Trust me,
Right.
you're definitely gonna sign that, and I get that. Um, how so you find out you won like everybody else through Rero? Is that how you find out?
Uh, One the contest? No, I found out on my Twitter actually. Yeah. So when it
Oh,
was announced, just my phone just started like going crazy, and I didn't know what was going on, and it took me a while, because people were like, "Hey, congratulations," and I was just wondering what it was, and then there's one comment that said, "Hey, you won, man, you won," and like, what did I win? So I click on it, and then I saw somebody had a screenshot of Zach Sparrow, and I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy," and I couldn't believe it. Actually, I went crazy too. I screamed and I was like, I scared my wife. She recorded me. Uh, but after a couple of minutes, I calmed down and I recorded that little thank you video that I posted on my Twitter.
that would have been so cool if your wife would have surprised you, recorded you not
Right.
knowing. Man, that would
Yeah.
have been that would have been a classic, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been hilarious, but she doesn't have Twitter, so there's no way she would have found out, before me, So that would
Oh,
have been
okay.
funny,
Yeah, mine neither. Mine don't have Twitter. I
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah, I actually got into Twitter. I want to say the end of 2017 is when I really got into Twitter, because I'm not really, believe it or not, I'm not really a social media person.
Mhm.
Um, but the reason that I got into it is for, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm a suicide survivor.
Mm.
Um,
I didn't know.
so yeah, I'm a suicide survivor. By God's grace, He gave me another opportunity. At the age of 18 is
Mhm.
where I felt the way Autumn felt. Depression
Right.
is real. I draw back, and
Mhm.
fortunately, by His grace, He gave me a second chance. So when I heard about what happened with Zach and what the studio did with Zach, it really impacted me.
Right.
And I can't imagine the pain that he went through. Um, when he found out that his daughter was no longer with us. So that's why I
Mhm.
got involved, because honestly, I mean, and a lot of people also push me to do my YouTube channel. I was scooping for a while, and I got some right, got some wrong, and the amount of hate that I
Mhm.
got, and it's fine. It's
Right.
okay. So I don't do this for a living. I got my
Right.
life.
Right.
I got my wife and kids. So I
Mhm.
got my life. So I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Yuli
Like you got
Padilla
some people
went.
in the chat.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised, because
Yeah.
usually, I get about 25, 30 on the average, and
Mhm.
I know when Chris joined me, I had about 50 to 60. And I don't
Mhm.
do this every day. I mean, that Chris he's dedicated every single day.
Yes.
He does that, and
Yes.
kudos kudos to him. So you have not heard from Zach. Have you heard from anyone? Like, let's
No.
say, no one has reached out to you.
No, not yet. I sent in my information, my address, and I'm just patiently waiting. What I think is happening is I think right now they're working on a date. I'm pretty sure, if that was to happen, anytime soon. But also, with all the crazy thing going on right now with the coronavirus, I'm pretty sure
Unbelievable.
people are having a hard time flying each other, to like a location, So it's gonna be hard to just like plan something like that right now, this moment.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's okay. I'm patient. I'm not in a rush.
Mm.
And whenever I get some news, then I'll get everyone excited with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you were what? So when you heard that Zach was gonna invite
Mm,
you to the studio to watch, apparently it looks like a extra scene.
mm.
Um, Dude, do you understand what brilliant is going to be, that you actually going to watch either a scene, or
Yeah.
in all probability it's probably going to be an end credit. An end
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah.
That's in all probability. But have you
Yeah.
grasped that concept?
I'm still processing it, to be honest. Like when he announced the trophy, the slate, and everybody was trying to decrypt what it means. What he wrote. Does it mean he's really gonna invite the winner? Uh, and then when it was announced that I won, I was like, why is it really gonna happen? I'm still wondering if it's really gonna happen. I honestly don't know, but I'm still processing it. Like I don't know if it's still real. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope it's gonna be an amazing scene that everyone gets to see and gonna be like, "Wow, man, you got to witness this scene," even if it's just a small scene, that was missing. It doesn't matter, It's just I will enjoy it, I know I will, and I'm just super happy that I get this chance. Yeah.
Reese 75. I think he asked you a
Hmm.
question.
Right.
Do you think if the poster had color instead of being monochrome, it would
Hmm.
have made it look, yes, uniform? That's the question for you.
Yeah, I think it would have made it less uniform, but I don't think it would have looked good in color, unless I use very like a subtle color, not to make it too flashy. But even then, because each character has their own, uh, like color palette. They will all look different. It would be too many color. It would look like you're looking at a bunch of coloring dots, on dark side, and I think it wouldn't have looked too good. So I really thought to myself, let's just leave it in black and white, and maybe add like a layer to get that glare, that flare in the background, just pop out more. So yeah, I don't think personally for me, I don't think in color it would have looked great, but you know it would have definitely made it less, monochrome for sure, in a way.
Great question. Great question.
Hmm.
When release the Snyder Cut? Listen, that's the question of the decade of the
Right,
millennium. You
right.
know,
We're all still wondering.
right? But we all know it's going to be released because
Mm.
if anyone does not believe that, then it's straight up denial.
Yeah.
Zach, this here's an interesting thing. Zach probably will actually, if you want to watch Army of the Dead early too.
Oh man, that would be awesome. Yeah, I would love that.
Have you seen 300?
Yes, yes.
You like 300?
I love I love all his movie. Yep.
I've seen 300. I loved Watchmen. Watchmen. I was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I was not too crazy about it. But
Mhm.
you will never hear me bash it.
Right.
Man of Steel was. I love Man of Steel.
Hmm.
Batman, Superman, obviously, I love that, and
Right.
I can't wait for it
Right.
to be released in
Mhm.
either HBO Max or theaters. Now, do you
Mhm.
like sci-fi? Do you like Godzilla? Do you like
Oh
sci-fi?
yeah, I love the King of Monsters. I love that movie. I don't care what some people said. Like, oh, they wouldn't have enough human scene. But you know what? If you're a fan of Godzilla, like this, it's you see a lot of monster scene, and that's what it's all about.
Well,
Sure, there's a story about a human. They gotta do something, with. But Godzilla Monster, to me, I remember I when I went to watch it, me and my friend were like, man, that was really good. So yeah,
here's the problem. That drives me crazy. When
yeah.
Godzilla first came out, they were
Hmm.
complaining there was not too much Godzilla, too much
Right,
human.
right,
Then
right.
King of Monsters come out. Then they complain there were too much monsters and not enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna watch a sci-fi monster movie, you're gonna
Hmm.
expect monsters. If you
Right.
don't, I mean, I loved it. I watch it at
Mhm.
least once or twice a week. I
Right.
personally love it. Now, how do you think Kong or Godzilla versus Kong is gonna wind up to be like?
I think that's a tough question because, to be honest, uh, I really, honestly, I think that Godzilla is just gonna take it easy, right? And I also think that I don't know how they're gonna do King Kong because they're gonna try to, they have to make it as big as Godzilla at least. And in the Kong movie, the Kong Island, uh, he was still a baby, I guess, from what they were trying to going for. He was big, but he wasn't bigger than the mountains yet. So that's gonna be tough, because the good thing that I like about King Kong is that he's very agile, right? And if he's gonna get bigger, I don't know if he's actually gonna get a little slower, if he's gonna be as big as Godzilla. Uh, so I don't know, I don't know if he's gonna lose a little bit of his the coolness about King Kong. But honestly, I don't think uh, I don't know because I remember reading some rumor that the director said there's going to be a clear winner, between the two. And I don't know if it was like a real, something real that he said, but it's like a rumor or somebody posted that. So I really don't know, man. I'm excited. I want to see what they're gonna come up with, and I'm very excited at what they're gonna do with because that little scene at the end of Kings of Monster. And I hope they bring something. I honestly think it's gonna be like a Batman v Superman, where Godzilla is gonna fight King Kong, and all of a sudden they're gonna team up and fight the next big guy, the next threat.
It,
So
here's what I think. This is what I think.
right,
I think they're gonna fight.
yeah.
I think Godzilla
Mhm.
is going to beat King Kong,
Mhm.
and King Kong is going to disappear for a while.
Mhm.
Then that third monster is gonna come and show up. Godzilla is gonna fight that third monster.
Mhm. Oh, I you froze. I don't know if you can hear me. You froze.
There
I
you go.
can't hear you anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I have it. Yeah. No.
Okay, okay, I
No.
got you now.
I have you. You have me.
Yeah, I have you. Yeah.
Okay. So uh, so that Kong is going to disappear.
Mhm.
So then you're gonna have that third monster versus Godzilla.
Mhm.
that third monster is gonna throw Godzilla into the volcano. You know what,
Mhm.
that picture that he posted there?
Mhm.
Then Kong's gonna show up, fight that monster.
Right.
The monster is gonna be beating King Kong.
Right.
Godzilla therefore is gonna rise again,
Right.
they're both gonna team up against
Right.
that monster.
Mhm.
The monster is about to kill Godzilla.
Mhm.
King Kong saves Godzilla,
Uh-huh.
dies in the process, and King and Godzilla kills that third monster.
Ah, that's how
So,
you think it
so
happened? Wow.
although so although Godzilla is the clear winner,
Mhm.
King Kong, because remember he's Kong,
Right.
he's
Right.
gonna get that name King because he
Right.
sacrificed himself to save Godzilla
Mhm.
and mankind.
Ah,
That's what I think.
that'd be super cool, man. I guess we have to wait and see.
Yeah,
But that's a really
that's
cool, yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's and I shared that with Chris, and Chris went crazy. Like, wow, you never thought about
Yeah.
that because you
Yeah.
can't. What's up, strong arm? Um, you can't
Thanks, man.
have King Kong winning again. And
Right.
I think
Right.
I think it's gonna they're both gonna team up against that monster.
Mhm.
And I shoot, might as well say it. I think that third monster is gonna be a Mecha King Ghidorah.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I'm thinking as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's gonna
Mhm.
be King Ghidorah. So I think
Yeah.
that we're gonna fight the first time. Godzilla's gonna be King Kong. King
Mhm.
Kong's gonna be controlled by the Oracle. That's what I think.
Right.
He's gonna be controlled by that, or one of the monsters is gonna be controlled by that. Either Godzilla
Mhm.
gonna be controlled by that, or but Godzilla's gonna be King Kong battling. He's gonna run away. Then that third monster is
Right.
gonna rise. They're gonna fight. That
Yeah.
monster throw Godzilla to the volcano, defeats him, and then he's
Right.
about to. Then that's what Kong comes. I mean, I just can't wait. I don't know why. I
Yeah.
mean, it's supposed to be released this month, right? Well,
Right.
hindsight, I think right now it would have been pushed back because if it would have been released
Mm.
this month for what's going on right now,
Yeah.
they would have pushed it back. So I guess it kind of worked out for them.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I'm a big sci-fi man.
Yeah.
Now, who's your favorite Marvel character?
My favorite Marvel character is Magneto of all time. Yeah. He's he's like, I don't know, I just like
Magneto.
him. He's always been an anti-hero, and I just love his character. I've loved it since I played Marvel vs. Capcom. I just thought his power is so amazing,
Let me,
and
Victor. I don't.
yeah.
I think you're one of those guys that you probably root for the bad guy because if you look at your poster, you got Darkseid, the biggest one, and now Marvel. You like
Yeah.
Magneto. Are you one of
Yeah.
those cheer? You probably you like the Joker too, don't you? Huh?
Joker, I like Joker, not as much as Batman. I actually like Batman more than Joker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Lex Luthor. You like Lex Luthor?
Lex Luthor, Lex Luthor got very interesting during the New 52 of the comic books, and it kind of it kind of was hard for me to get his new, the new character, the new direction they were going with him. But I really like it actually now, the from the New 52. They actually show how, how smart he gets, and how very, how he can play with the superhero, even though he's just a regular human. He's like a what do you call that? A secret mind, not a mind control guy. He's so smart. In that sense. Where he can play with
Yeah.
you just with intelligence. So yeah, I like Lex Luthor, but he's not my favorite bad guy.
You know who I like? I like Brainiac.
Brainiac is awesome. Yeah, yeah,
I would
especially in the
love to see I would love to see Brainiac with
uh,
Superman the movie with Supergirl. I think that'll be
yeah.
let me see. Okay, I bet Godzilla will use his atomic breath on Kong and does nothing, and everyone will be like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, I thought about that.
Um,
I really thought about that. What if they do that? I'm gonna be like, no way. Like nothing happened to Godzilla. Like, what if they do that? Like you never know. I actually thought about that.
like Godzilla using his atomic breath and then
Yeah,
hit Kong and it does nothing.
right. Like, it wouldn't be crazy. I'd be like, no way, man. Like,
Well,
personally,
it's
I
like
hope they don't do it. I hope they don't do it. But if they
no,
do
but
it, I'd be like,
you
wow,
know what's gonna happen? It's gonna
yeah,
happen then.
yeah,
You know, to make it believable. To be,
hmm
it's like remember that scene with Batman versus Superman, where Superman was beating up Batman,
hmm
and then the kryptonite happened, and then Superman swung,
hmm
and he's like, "Oh crap, I'm human,
yeah,
I'm human now." And then
yeah,
Batman and said, "Man, your prayers."
right,
I think it's gonna be a moment. That the reason that is a interesting take, and I
yeah,
would not be
it is,
surprised if that was in a
yeah,
movie. I definitely would not be surprised. Um, Now, so you like Magneto? I actually like Spider Man. He's actually my
hmm
uh, Spider Man's my first. I like Captain America second, and then
hmm
I like the Hulk. I'm not a
the
Thor
Hulk,
person. Do you like
yeah,
Thor? You like
yeah.
Thor?
Thor, the thing with Thor is, even from the Silver Age, comic,
Mm.
I was never a big fan of Thor, to be honest. I always thought I really thought they really downgraded him a lot. Because he's a god. He's like the top of the Avengers. But in the comic book, if you read like the stories, they always lowering him down to the level of the Avengers. In the sense that they're like, demigod, or human with power. And I didn't like that. I honestly didn't like that. Is It didn't look good for his character, and so I don't know. I was never a big fan of Thor until the movie came out, because I really like Chris Hemsworth, and the way he portrayed the character, and that to me was really good. So, but yeah, I like Thor, but not I'm not so crazy about him.
Now, why? Tell me in depth. Why do you
Mhm.
like Superman? I mean, what is it about Superman, the
Superman.
character, that draws your attention? Why do you like him?
Well, first reason is because I grew up watching the animated show and the adventure of Lois and Clark with Dean Cain, and so I don't know. I always like Superman, and it's just I like godly stuff. So Superman was like a god, to me, and like when I talk about all my favorite characters, they all have some sort of godly, traits, uh, and I don't know. It's just I like that about characters, powerful characters like that, But at the same time, they have emotion. They're not just all powerful. And that's one thing that people don't realize even when they watch the older, sorry, the old Superman movie or cartoon. Superman had emotion, but you know how, like, the thing I hear all the time with my friends, like, oh, Superman is just too powerful. He's not relatable and all that. I'm like, nah, man, I don't think you know what you're talking about. He's very relatable. And he's very vulnerable, and he's, in a way, he's actually more human than human themselves. Just because of the fact that he knows he's different, so he worries more about his emotion, and the way he feels around people, which normal people actually don't. They don't. They fight each other. They go to war against each other. So in a way, Superman is more human in that sense, and I think people you know, uh, miss that from Superman. Like, they didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I don't get when people say that he's not relatable. I mean,
Right.
he is relatable because here he is with all the powers that he has,
hmm
and he doesn't use it on mankind because he loves mankind so much.
Right.
And he's basically teaching us to be self-disciplined, to
hmm
be, to hold all the anger you have, not to hurt your fellow man.
Right.
Isn't that not relatable? Is it? I
Right.
mean,
Exactly.
do
Yeah.
whatever, do whatever it can, to help out a mankind,
hmm
to stand for justice. So I mean, I just don't get that. I guess they want to see Superman flies to the tree and save a cat. I guess that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that that's what.
Yeah. That's a joke that people always say. And I think that's how they really portray Superman. But honestly, I think they're missing the point about Superman. They're missing the whole character. So yeah.
Yeah. Hunter Iggy, he asked a question. If Van Diesel comes to the DCU, what would you like him to play? That's a
Mm,
great question.
yeah.
And I actually think he will make a great Brainiac.
Really? I was thinking a bad guy also, but I was thinking he should be Grundy in against Batman.
I could
He
see
would be
that.
he would play a great a great Grundy. But yeah, Brainiac would be
I,
good too. I can't see it, for Brainiac, but man, who knows?
yeah, yeah. What's up, integrity? I think the reason I think he will make a great Brainiac because he's tall, bald,
Yes, yeah.
he's big, and
hmm
he could be conniving. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I think he could put. I definitely think he could put. Great. That's a great question, Hunter. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That's a great. And here's another thing. I think if they would not pick Jared Leto, the perfect person to play the Joker, opposite of Ben Affleck,
Mhm,
would have been because he could do it.
mhm.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, you think? I never thought about him as a
Oh
Joker.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, 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 yes.
really.
Because he's
Hmm.
kind of crazy.
Yeah,
He could do it.
he
He's
could
kind
do
of
it. I think he
yes,
could because you've seen him in Django Unchained.
yeah,
Yeah, dude, he played such a really good bad guy. I was
yeah,
impressed. Like yeah. So yeah, maybe he could do it. I never thought about Leonardo DiCaprio doing that. Yeah, but
yes.
I could
And
imagine it now.
the perfect cast for Supergirl
Mhm.
is Amanda Seyfried.
I mean, oh man, that's if what does she look like again? Like,
Oh,
I
Google it
can't
right
picture
now.
her. Yeah,
Go
let
blonde,
me look it up right now.
yeah,
Uh,
blonde, blue. That it says Kristen Bell will make a brilliant Joker.
oh yeah, that's right, that's her. She will look great. Yeah, she will have the look.
She has to
Yeah,
look.
she has the
She's
look. She has,
beautiful,
yeah,
blonde, blue
yeah,
eyes. I mean,
that is
she's
true.
Kristen Bell will make a brilliant Joker. What do you think?
I think Christian Bale will make a brilliant Joker. I think so too. Yeah,
Why?
Christian Bale. Uh, uh, I've seen his role in the Boxer. I think that's what it was called, and and I don't know the way he portrayed that. I was like, man, he could do the Joker. I thought about it before too when I watched that movie. I was like, man, he could do a good Joker. The way he looked, how much weight he lost for that movie, and I don't know. I think he will do a good Joker. He's a great actor. And so
See,
yeah,
I think I think he's a no, he's a great actor, but I just think
right.
the it factor,
Mhm.
the yeah, I know I get it, American Psycho, I get it, but I'm just talking
Oh
about
yeah, American
you.
Psycho too. Yeah,
Right, yeah, I get it, but come on, who do you think could pull it off more? I guess I guess I could put that little poll on Twitter. Who do
right.
you think will be a better fit for the Joker, Leonardo DiCaprio or Christian Bale?
Honestly, I
I think
will go with Christian Bale. I will go with Christian Bale.
you will go with Christian Bale.
Yeah, yeah,
I say
yeah,
I think Leonardo. I mean, he's a great
yeah.
if they ever recast, well, actually no, they could keep Jesse
Mhm. Jesse
as the
Eisenberg.
right as
Right.
Lex Jr. and
Mhm.
I have the perfect father for Lex Jr. The perfect guy.
Mhm. For you
Ready for
mean
this one?
oh yeah, go ahead.
You have Lex Luger Jr., which is
Right.
Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah.
Now I have the perfect character, the perfect
Uh-huh.
actor to play Lex father, the father, Bruce Willis.
That would actually work too. I can see Bruce Willis do that. I really can. Yeah.
The age has
Yeah.
Lex play a psycho. No, has Leo played a psycho?
Uh,
Uh,
Not
I
really.
think,
Not a
yeah, he did. Yeah,
psycho.
gangster, something about gangster. He did one. He did one with oh my
Mm.
gosh. Let
What
me.
in the gangster movie? Leo DiCaprio.
Uh, yeah, let me see. Leo. I know he did. I know he did one.
Right. Okay. Maybe then.
Leonardo DiCaprio movies. I'll find it for you. I know he did. Let me see. Once about Detection Catch Me. I think is. Well, I'm thinking about The Departed. Is what I'm thinking about.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie, but
The
I don't think
Party.
he was playing a psycho in that movie, was he?
No, but he acted well.
Oh,
Uh,
I think you're talking about the Shutter Island. He wasn't psycho, but he was a ill patient. Is that what you're thinking about?
yeah, and Gangs of New York.
Oh, Gangs of New York. He
Gang.
was playing a psycho.
No, no, I'm not thinking about Psycho, but I'm
Oh,
just thinking
oh, oh.
about like he plays someone like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
could go like he could lose
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
I
can
know,
definitely do it. Yeah.
I know. There was another one I'm looking for because I'm drawing a blank here. Uh, not it's not the crowded.
Right.
Okay,
No, I haven't seen the Day
Integrity.
Party. I know.
Yeah, The Departed. I mean, I have not seen it. I've heard that he does a tremendous. That's the one I was
Mhm.
referencing because a lot of people told me they think he could do Joker because
Hmm.
the role he did The Departed. Did you see The Departed?
Really? You know what? I'm gonna watch it, guys. Thank you for letting me know because I've been wanting to watch that Departed movie for a long time, but I haven't.
Integrity. Tell
Yeah.
me what do you think? Because a lot of you're not the first one. A lot of
Hmm.
people told me that the reason that he could pull off the Joker is because the role he played in the Departed. I mean, what kind of character
It's a
does he
perfect
play?
10 masterpiece. Okay. All right. Well,
No,
you
he's
got
not.
me.
He's
I'm gonna
he's not
watch
the
it now.
only one. I'm telling you, a lot of people that believe that wanted Leonardo
Right.
DiCaprio for the Joker, they referenced The Departed because
Okay.
the role, and that's what he could pull it off. And Leonardo DiCaprio, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
a definitely a great actor, and I'm pretty sure Integrity is just typing right now. He's gonna tell me, but yeah, I mean that's why I would have picked it. But hey, Jared Leto, he did pretty good too. You know,
Yeah.
well,
Uh,
that's what people told me. Integrity. The people told me that the reason that they feel like he could do uh, Undercover
mm,
Cop. Well,
mm,
I gotta watch it, but I'm just going by. I have not seen The Departed. I'm just telling
oh,
you
I see.
what people told me that the reason that he could put it off because the how he played
Mm,
Undercover Cop, not the Departed. But going back to um, I think Jared Leto. I think that's the kind of role that you need. You need someone to
mm,
push it further.
mhm.
Someone Leo is a fanatic. The film is fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah.
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 Okay. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it.
Mhm,
I'm gonna watch it, but you need someone to push that character. You need someone to
mhm.
push the Joker over the edge, and that's why I
Right.
think Leonardo DiCaprio, Jared Leto, too, them two actors they could do it because
Mhm.
they know how to press the right button.
Yeah.
They
Right.
they they really do. Um,
Yes.
so what do you have anyone in mind as far as who you would like to see play the Green Lantern, Supergirl? I mean, who do you
Oh,
have?
Green Lantern. I really back then I was really hoping that Army Hammer will announce that he was gonna play the Green Lantern because I like him. He's a great actor, and I can see him as Green Lantern. So uh, I don't know. To be honest, I think that's the only one I had in mind right now. Army Hammer. I can't think of any other actors that will do it. Uh, but yeah, now that you mentioned Green Lantern, I didn't have a problem with Ryan Reynolds back then when he played it. To be honest, I didn't have a problem. I thought he was
You know,
okay with it.
it's kind of sad that when Green Lantern first came out, people
Yeah,
crapped on it. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think right now people, yes, we all know Sam Benjamin,
Mhm.
but I think right now him being outspoken for the Snyder Cut, I think people would accept him more as a. And you
Yeah.
know what? He still could be cast as a Green Lantern. He doesn't have to be.
Mhm.
He could be somebody else
Right.
in the Green Lantern. What do you think about Tom Cruise?
As Green Lantern, I don't know. To be honest, I can't see him as a Green Lantern. But you never know. I just don't
Michael
think.
B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, for as a John Stewart, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he could do it. He could definitely do it. I was actually thinking, Iris Elba. I had in mind for Green Lantern. Uh, I think he would fit the role perfectly as John. So yeah, but yeah, Michael B. Jordan also can be. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever visited Florida?
Say again.
Have you ever visited Florida before? Florida?
Florida.
Yeah. Have you ever visited Florida?
Oh yeah, I used to live in Florida from 2003 to 2009. Yeah, I was
Where
in
in
Tampa.
Florida?
Yeah, I was in Tampa.
I'm in Tampa. Oh, no way.
Yeah, I just went there for
Really?
New Year for my friends was wedding. So yeah,
Dude, you went from Florida to Minnesota, bro. From
right.
hot
I
to
know.
cold.
I
What?
know,
I
right?
mean, now talk
I get
about a
that a lot.
U-turn. What brought you to Minnesota, man?
It's crazy, Like I get that a lot, But the main reason is because most of my family were in Minnesota, and so we just wanted to reunite and go there, and it was better for my parents. The community here is stronger for the Hmong community, So it was stronger, so they wanted to be here, it was better for them. And at the time I was young, so I just decided to just come,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going, guys. We're going. I thought I'm a little surprised. I thought I would have get a little bit more response. I mean, a lot of people. Michael J. White would be a great John Stewart. Yeah, would be okay. But I like
Yeah.
Michael
Oh
B.
yeah.
Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I mean, I thought I would get more people join me. That they say that it would, but then again,
Mhm.
with this whole thing that's going on
Yeah.
with the coronavirus, and a lot of people just getting
Mm.
overexcited. So
Yeah.
I guess it's gonna make it easy for you because right now we only have three people
Yeah.
on the live chat. So
Yeah.
go ahead. So
All
how
right.
are we gonna do this? So we're gonna
So, you guys already know if you guys are here. I got a free giveaway, and it will be a sign of my metallic poster for of my dark side. And the lucky winner only has to do one thing, and is answer a question that I will be asking. So if you watch the live stream, and you pay attention, you should know the answer. So
okay.
yeah, so should I go ahead and do it? Are you guys ready?
Yeah,
I
go
want to
ahead.
make sure that everyone's ready first.
Yeah.
Raise a sniper. All right, so I guess I'm going to ask you a question. So earlier, Luis asked me a question, and no, actually, it was a question that was on the group chat. But I was asked who Vin Diesel will be playing if he were to come to the DCU, and what was my answer. So the first person who answered right wins the free giveaway. So who did I say that Vin Diesel will play if he were to be in the DCU? Oh man! All right. Well, all right. We'll give it a few seconds, and then if nobody gets the answer, then I'll switch the question to something else. You know.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good. Sure.
Sorry, integrity.
He's actually what. Yeah, he's actually one of my loyal. He always join
Oh,
me.
followers, great.
Yeah, he doesn't have social media. He doesn't have Twitter. He doesn't have
Oh, I see.
Facebook. Yeah, which makes it even more unique.
Mhm.
So so let's see. So it looks like
So
no.
no
It looks
answer.
like yeah. It looks like
Nobody.
no. Oh, there we go.
Raise. All right. Raise 75 says Grundy. Yes, that is exactly what I said.
Okay.
So
So Reese.
Raise, you're the winner of the metallic poster of Darkseid. So if you want to contact me by my email, please do. It's mightypegasus.deviantart@gmail.com, or you can just type in Mighty Pegasus Art and find one of my social media and shoot me a direct message, and I will get that shipped over to you as soon as possible. Yeah, congrats, Ray75, for the getting the right answer.
Right. Yeah, I hear your integrity. YouTube is toxic enough,
Yeah,
and Twitter is actually worse, man. I
yeah, Twitter
sometimes
is
get
pretty bad.
yeah, sometimes get beat up. Oh well, I'm a big boy. I could take it, but um, guys, I wanna thank Victor, for joining me. I really appreciate that. I really do, man. It does look great, and
Oh, thank
hopefully,
you.
Victor, I'm gonna DM you because I would like you, when you can. Doesn't have to be now, but I'm a big Superman fan, so I wanna, once I get better equipment for my show, I wanna have like a Superman poster in the
Oh
background.
yeah,
Yeah, so if hit me
yeah.
up. What you have in mind. I want a poster that shows Metropolis and
Mhm.
Krypton and
Oh,
then you have the Superman symbol back there with actually Superman. Something like that.
okay. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So, but guys, Victor, let us know. I don't think Zach is gonna. If you sign an NDA, I don't think you're gonna be allowed to tell us when it's gonna be the shoot. So just be careful that you don't break any
Right.
NDA.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. But I think be okay to let us know that you're definitely going to be let us know that you're gonna join the set. So stay warm, man. Stay
Yeah.
warm. Be
Thank you.
careful, everybody. Please don't live in fear, man. um, this is it's not as bad as what It's a 97% survival rate. Anyone that get hits with the coronavirus, 97%. So take that with a grain of salt, man. So just did we did this future of Zach? I believe all the evidence points to Zach returning to direct. I've said that before, integrity, and here's the thing. If Justice League does well, and I think if Ben comes back, I think it's because Zach asked him to. It will be a
I would,
favor.
I would believe that too.
Yeah, I think I mean Ben has definitely said he's moved on, but how many in this business you can never say never, and a lot of people have said. I mean, how many times has that 007 actor said no to James Bond, and how many times has he come back?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I thought he was done and he just came back.
right. So you never know. You never know. So but yeah, I discussed a little bit in the beginning, integrity, about as far as the Snyder cut, that if Warner Brothers does intend to release the Snyder cut at HBO Max, Zack cannot announce it because HBO Max launch date has not been announced. In
Mm.
order for Zack to announce a date, the release of the Snyder cut, HBO Max has to have a release date. It has to have a release date if that's the way the Warner Brothers is going to go. HBO Max. Now, obviously, if it's going to be released in theaters, then we're just waiting for Zach to tell us. I'm telling you, just Zach will be the first big do-over in cinema history. Well, it is a do-over. There's no doubt about, and there's no doubt about it. It's gonna. And I'm wondering if that was what God Godot meant when she says that when Wonder Woman was changed from November release date to June, and the changing of the guard, the landscape changed. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Find out. Yeah.
But guys, stay. Don't stay home. Do something. Go out. Don't turn away the negativity. Everything's gonna be all right. The swine flu was worse. 60 million people was affected by the swine flu. Over I believe over 100,000 were affected by it. I mean, it's just and there was far worse. And we didn't see the media trying to put fear in anybody. Just wash your hands. You sneeze, wash your hands. You sick, stay home. That's all you gotta do, man. So no more marketing does not apply. I think they changed Wonder Woman 84 to undo the D. Snyder Wonder Woman 84. I don't think so, because if you look at the trailer, she knocks off the camera like she didn't want nobody to see her. And if you look at Batman versus Superman, when she looked at the camera, it bothered her. So I don't think so. But you never know. You mean release date? I mean, one. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, check it. I agree with that. But any event, guys, I don't want to keep Victor long. I know he has
No, no.
a wife, and I'm pretty sure he's working on the other stuff. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me, Victor. Thank you for so much joining. I really appreciate it, man. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Reese. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me. And yeah, you guys take care of each other. And Reese, make sure you contact me.
All right. All right. Hit him up by direct message in Twitter, okay?
Yes.
Reese75, okay? All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
I think I just ended it. I think.
I think it still says live.